Where's the barrage? When is he gonna actually commit with it?
It might be too late. I think he's waiting for Calyx to come back because a barrage is a death sentence and he wants to stay alive and get resurrected onto this point as well. Still holding it. There is the counter Valkyrie from Calyx who rejoins the fray.
Super late in the game as well, and now we can keep an eye on DreamKazper. This could be what ends it all here for Philadelphia Fusion, and not even gonna need it. All of the focus on that ult. You know, is Neptune, is it even possible to get the res in here, or are they just gonna push behind it? It looks like Boston, they realize that they have an edge. They managed to get the D-Mech very early on Poco as well, and the kills are coming through now for Boston Uprising. This is where they start to spin out of control. They've made so much progress on this point. The contest comes in at the last possible second, but they will get the first tick, and they nearly got the first map. Boston Uprising running over the defense. Actually initiate on this fight, but we have the wings out for Calyx already. However, Carpe gets the stick on Nako. Calyx though with the instant res, but it's all good here for Boston so far. The kills are just coming in so quick for them.
Well, Philadelphia holds off on their reses until now, starts bringing a few back to life there from Neptuno. DreamKazper back in the mix. So, despite all that, we're now 6v6. Striker does strike first blood yet again. Boombox and ShaDowBurn now out of this. Now has his Valkyrie up, and Neptuno's has already been used. They will force the issue, come back in. Now DreamKazper's got his blade out, but it is going to be transcended through. Nako back in this mix. Wonder if they keep going all in here. A Transcend comes in. They are all in on this defense.
They're willing to tell you that. I mean, all of these seconds that are getting burned off the clock is going to leave Philadelphia Fusion very little room to maneuver with going into the next fight on the B point, as the point will take over Philadelphia Fusion. They've also trying to delay it further.
It's a great stall out. You put yourself in a corner, then you sit on it. However, this is a great closeout ultimate here. It's going to D-Mech the D.Va and should get Baby D.Va right away. They're going for it. Calyx comes back, but a little bit too late there. I bet he wish he popped his Valkyrie in the last fight, not this one.
Yeah, definitely, especially when you got that attack visor up and running, and this will be it. Philadelphia collect both points on Lunar Colony with 40 signs. Boston Uprising, they got tired of waiting. It's time to pounce, and Note has already started off strong. Boombox is bone dead.
That distraction play really opening things up. They continue this push in. This one might be going in the way of Boston rather easily here. Look, an alive Tracer is always a threat, has to pull them back, and it just, I call it opening the door. You see it a lot in Volskaya or really any assault map, that if you're a Tracer and you're alive, and you're doing any sort of pressure, especially...
He manages to barely stay alive. Tyre will get spotted here by Striker. We'll see if he can get the kill, and yes, he does save it. ShaDowBurn gonna be frustrated by that. Pulse Bomb is here, and DreamKazper whips out the blade, beheads Boombox, but gets blown to bits by Shadow.
Valk out for both teams as they try to bring people back to life. Neptuno does so with Poco. We are back to 5v5 on the point now. Striker's still been a tear. Tries to take out his counterpart. Carpe in a lot of trouble. Will be punted down from behind. Now Boombox in that same trouble.
I love it. Striker doesn't even hang around. He's going to go ahead and help out on the point. Decides to get the other support. Neptuno is gone. Poco doing the dance, trying to stay alive, and it is not looking good now for Philadelphia Fusion. This is a situation where Boston can continue to stagger these kills one after another and eventually cap this point with a massive amount of time left on the clock. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left. Boston Uprising, but they still need to get on the point.
Great pack control. They need to get on the point and stall out, but without their D.Va and Mech, that's going to be that much more difficult. Striker falling means that Philadelphia should be able to get some progress here on the points. They're coming back in here. I don't advise them to do so. Too far away, too short-handed, especially without one of your tanks. Can't contest this. It's very difficult there. Patience, I've been told, is a virtue, but not in every sort of case right now. ShaDowBurn will get taken out by DreamKazper's blade. Dash through on Neptuno. Boston in a great position to shut down this push at 66%. They will do just that. They have to resurrect in a very uncomfortable spot. However, Calyx able to do it with the help of his Winston. That was great to put the bubble in the dome around them so that they could get that resurrection. Speaking of the Winston play, Gamsu then just kills Neptuno. DreamKazper will get all the credit, but this is Gamsu's push.
Oh man, yeah. Gamsu, DreamKazper, Striker even winning the duel versus Carpe in the end.
DreamKazper doesn't even get a chance to come back to life if Gamsu isn't there with the bubble to zone them out and then bring up that resurrection. And then he's like, oh yeah, that other guy, he's got resurrection. Because they didn't want to die. So now even if they get nothing more, they can come back and regroup, but they were so close to taking it. A double tank kill from Striker, make it 3 by Neptuno.
Striker, what a beast! Boombox! Hacks Boombox, wow, that's it, it's done. Boston Uprising surgical, but he gets demexed very quickly, kind of stuck out in the open there. Striker winning that fight. Gonna force him to go to work with the bunny blaster here. Might be in the fight for a while, but really Boston is like, yeah, sure, tickle us, it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and, you know, just tear the rest of your team apart. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. Who comes out ahead there? Fraggy again. This time he takes out Striker. Big kill to start things off here as Philadelphia Fusion looking to flip this point back their way. ShaDowBurn trying to keep the pressure up. That is a ballsy play, Kelix. Right in the middle of nowhere, and of course ShaDowBurn's gonna take full advantage. Will get shut down by Nako. The damage is done here.
Absolutely punished. ShaDowBurn, not necessarily known as a tracer, gets completely shut down by Nako, who's known as a murderous Zenyatta. Not over quite yet. They have to stay on here, and I think a self-destruct will be coming out momentarily if they so need it. No, tank reinforcements come in, and they're able to get his blaster out and start charging that ultimate up.
Now you can see, Carpe now knows where they're playing from. There is going to be very little room here for DreamKazper to maneuver, but Gamsu already starting off strong, taking Poco out of the fight very early on. But look at this, Carpe reigns supreme right now, trying to force him off, however, as I say that, and it is going to be no jumping, but no, Gamsu taking a lot of damage.
Well, they do send some people back to help Carpe. They know where their bread is buttered, and that is going to be Neptuno with the blaster trying to take down. Eventually will. 99-99, next decisive fight should win this one, but it's still super back and forth.
Oh, no, gonna get the DMAC, but he's fine with that. He's gonna get the self-destruct of his own. Clear this point. Philly not able to get back in time.
Situations.
Oh, buddy, that's a bit dicey there for Kelix. Gonna get tickled a little bit. We've lost Nako, but DreamKazper wins the duel versus Carpe, completely unsuspecting. That might be all the opening he needs here to look for that Deadeye, trying to get him out in the open where there's nowhere to hide. And sure enough, Fraggy's gonna go leaping up. Now they know where he's playing from. They're gonna try and deny it. Carpe is back in the fight, wins the duel versus Never.
Dueling Valkyries here. Neptuno steps a bit out of line. Here eventually will come the Deadeye. Although I thought he had a better angle earlier. Still waiting, will find one as the shield goes down, as does Carpe.
And just so cool, calm and collected here, DreamKazper just stays in there doing the damage. Getting Poco low, another DMAC comes through, Boombox dancing on the edge. She's only got the half HP and ejected from the map. Nope, doesn't want to have anything to do with ShaDowBurn. Get out!
Flying off the edge, desperation time. Philadelphia just got to get someone in here to touch the point. They do just that. They've got bodies alive, but we're going to keep dancing around. So close. Fraggy's out of this fight. It is only Carpe. No more Carpe.
And no more way to close the distance unless Poco can get in here with the last mad dash. It's not meant to be. And Boston Uprising. No, just being annoying over here. Contesting that point, buying valuable time here for Boston to move in and look for a fight. No, not long for this world. He's gone, and we lose Gamsu as well, and that pretty much ends it here. The duel! They both hit shots, and Carpe will eventually lead to ShaDowBurn finding the kill. The trap was laid, and Striker is gone.
Kasper does come up there and help out as well. Defense trying to maintain here, but this whole hog is going to shut a lot down. Kelix puts himself in the corner, not an ideal situation where you want to be. He's going to follow those as tanks come back out, a counter whole hog defense, and they're going to switch Nako back onto his god, Zen, to try to get some more healing and to get some more damage in there, make these tanks fall a lot quicker.
Exactly, the Discords, that's what you want. 30% amp damage, it's a good time if you are playing DPS. ShaDowBurn, point blank, rip tire right into their face, and he gets the supercharger. That leads to Gamsu's death as well, and so things starting to get pretty solid here for Philadelphia Fusion.
Well, it looks like they've got it, and now they've been able to cut off the Mercy from the front lines, too. Not in a great position. ShaDowBurn will punish that. Both supports down. Carpe cleans up. Pretty good aim for a fish.
And Striker pretty much just chucks himself into that fight, hoping to delay it a second long. Gonna force him around the corner. May have bought them just enough breathing room here. Yes, to reset. Neptuno back to full HP. And so now Striker, he's just gonna have to be patient. He's gonna have to wait this out. But in the meantime, Philadelphia Fusion continue to make progress at the point. Overtime, wicks a burn, and Striker's the one who has to come back and actually contest.
He almost had Neptuno there. The pulse pump should have just come out of that hallway, and you hope for the best. Meanwhile, though, Philadelphia continues to move forward. A couple of kills from Boston, try to bring this back. And Boston with a huge respawn advantage, going to be enormous here. Boombox needs to stay alive. He's got Transcend, could help them push. ShaDowBurn and Carpe both nearing DPS ults. They might not even have to use them.
And just like that, when the defense is looking impregnable,
to be able to deal with it, and then still, DreamKazper's gonna be looking for angles as well.
Exactly, you can see him hard at work. Neptuno unleashes the broadside into Boombox's face. There's nothing left, and he's playing it safe, Nako. Manages to back off and stay alive. Very patient stuff, not trying to force it. Striker, though, that is the big money kill right there. Neptuno is gone, and it's time to plunder.
Neptuno out of this fight. There's absolutely...
Trance gets used. It could get a bit dicey. Carpe lending a hand as well. Kellick's gone.
Still, with both of the healers out of this fight, Boston's gonna have a hard time pushing through here. Gonna try to buy enough time with their tanks. They do just that. They equalized it. So now if they can stay around or on the cart, they should be in good condition as their healers will get back shortly. Cleanup is absolutely there. Philadelphia has a long walk back to be able to contest this. They've so far shown that they would prefer not to contest in these situations. They're playing a little further forward. They will not be able to get to that point.
ShaDowBurn, hey, you like to hold on to yours? Watch me. I'm going to wait for the opportune moment to come whipping out and start beheading people as Boston Uprising. They are still in this fight. Kellick's with the wings ablazing is able to bring his teammates back into it as well. And this might be the turning point. The trance is used, and that's all DreamKazper was waiting for. It's time to hash them to bits.
He's got it out. ShaDowBurn did take down 2, and it's the most important to it. It was all the healing for the Boston Uprising on this push. Philadelphia still in a decent position to hold as the last tank will fall. 60 seconds remain for Boston to try to...
The opening here for Boston Uprising. Can they turn it? Will this be enough for them to pull forward and tie it up 3-3? Trance has been used by Boombox, and now that's going to open it up here for Striker to get in with the pulse if he wants it. Nako's got one of his own as well, and DreamKazper whips out the blade and goes to work.
Neptuno fell early in that fight, so that was so much healing down, and now the DPS alts come in and clean up. Boston will finish out.
And they get pounced on, but DreamKazper's there. A kill on Neptuno could mean the difference. Allows DreamKazper to have some room to work with here, and they have managed to stall out the cart yet again, shot after shot. And finally, Gamsu, oh no, Fraggy gonna be able to get the barrier down.
Maybe that's enough, but I don't think so. That is a lot of Boston blue in the kill feed right there. Neptuno comes back in, but he gives up his life rather quickly. Neptuno's had himself a rough map here on Junkertown thus far, maybe feeling a lot of pressure to try to carry this team, and no one's gonna be able to touch it. That's it, that's where it'll stop. And it is only 2 in the back line here. Junkrat is only just trying to spam onto the point, but Striker all by himself. He doesn't even need to get these kills. He's just zoning people out. Can he hit the hook? Does not matter. Boston with the 4-0 they needed. The Uprising keep hope alive.
So important for the Boston Uprising.